With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls. So, the last time we left off, Ilana and Kaida were headed down a ladder that was underneath a trapdoor in the basement of the Cog and Grog, where you have just fought off two giant rats. And you opened up the trapdoor, you found what appeared to be, on first glance, like an unfinished earthen tunnel. And you started climbing down the ladder, Ilana first and Kaida behind holding a torch. And that is where we left off last time. And that is where we will begin today. The two of you reach the bottom of the ladder. It's not a super long ladder. When you get to the bottom of the ladder, the tunnel is like, it's not super narrow, but it's a little narrow, not super narrow. And the walls of the tunnel, it appears to go on pretty far, farther than you can see in the dark. The walls of the tunnel have been adorned from top to bottom with paintings and other pieces of art, ranging from like really old and like rudimentary like drawings to incredibly intricate and fancy paintings all along the walls of this tunnel.
These are cave paintings, right? Not like framed paintings.
No, actually there are both. There are like There are some cave paintings on the wall, but the vast majority of them are like in frames. They're like framed pieces of artwork that have been hung from every on every inch of this wall, this tunnel, both sides.
Can I look closer at the paintings?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could do like a history check to see if like I recognize anything like greater like significant pieces of artwork from the world.
I love that. I think I think a history check is the perfect check for this.
Cool. Well, that's a 4. So
okay, I will also be doing a history check.
Yes.
18.
Oh dang. Okay.
Plus. No
Nice.
plus.
Okay. Kaida, they're really pretty, and there's a lot of them.
wow.
There's a lot of them. Ilana, you with your 18, you notice, like I already said, they are from a very wide range of time periods. You notice upon further inspection that there don't seem to be any from like the last, just judging by like the style and, you know, the medium, you can kind of trace, you can look at paintings and have an idea of when they're from. There's not any that are from the last, like, I don't know, couple hundred years, you might say. Maybe, and because you did roll so well, you kind of put together that there's really no paintings from, like, around the time that the Crystal Dragons took over forward.
Interesting.
All of the paintings are from before that time period.
Okay. All right, so I noticed that these are all pre-Crystal Dragons, so do any of them stand out in particular, or is there like a suspicious one in particular that has eyes following me or something like that?
That is such a great question. I'm gonna say that there are a couple that, like, you can just tell by looking at them that they are definitely more valuable than others that might be here. The collection seems to be a range of, like, I mean, some of the paintings on the wall could even be just like drawings even of like a person, you know, not necessarily a famous piece of art or not even necessarily historically important. So a couple of them do stand out just as being like fancy and intricate and probably very, very valuable, but there doesn't, upon glance, doesn't seem to be any like magical paintings or like there's none that are following you with their eyes, like you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is fascinating. What a terrible place to keep all of your artwork.
Yeah, it's like dark dark is good, but damp doesn't seem like it would be conducive to preserving artwork.
And this must be where those giant rats were coming from.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, do we
the
see
rats-
like giant rat droppings on the ground?
Are there any chew marks on the corners of the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, corners of the paintings, yeah.
Do you know what? Yes, actually, the paintings that are closer to the ground, specifically the lowest layer, the lowest row of paintings, you can see some of the, like, there's definitely chew marks on the corners of them along the bottom.
Oh no. Is there any room for me to fix it? Because I think my character would start fixing and hanging them higher.
There are no empty spots in this tunnel.
Oh, thank you. Okay. We're going to be here all day.
Yeah.
Piecing together the crystal all over again.
I'm like, I'd be like, this won't do.
I love it.
Who did this? Start critiquing. Should we just keep going?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Do you think that the bar owner, whose name is
Raz,
one that I know,
you got this.
Raz? Right? Okay. I looked down. I saw the bard's name was Ritz, and I'm like, it can't be an RZ name.
Oh, I did do that, didn't I?
For a split second, I was like, "Oh, his name is Riz," and that is not that's not correct.
I did
I'm
not
gonna
name him Ray.
I'm gonna write Raz really, really big. There we go. So when I look down, his name is always the one I struggle with. Is his last name Barry? That would be easier to remember.
It's not, and I wish I could tell you that that's what it's gonna be, but it's not.
Middle name?
Yeah, his middle name is absolutely Barry.
Okay. I'm writing that down. Anyway.
That is canon. I'm also writing it down, actually.
Is that Barry with an A or Barry with an E?
With an A.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, anyways.
Yes. Okay, so Raz, you were saying?
Oh, is he the one curating these pictures down here?
I mean, I would assume so, unless there's like another business at the other end of this tunnel, and they're the ones who are putting the paintings down here.
Yes, we should see where this goes.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep
So
going.
onwards.
All right. Fair enough. The tunnel is long and damp, and it does kind of make the paintings feel a little out of place. It does have a slight slope down, and the farther into the tunnel you go, the colder the temperature seems to get. And it actually starts to get cold pretty quickly. Can I have you guys roll me... Let's just do like an insight check. Just like a simple...
Got that one.
Oh, no!
I get a 19.
Dang!
If I get one more bad roll, I'm gonna go grab a different set of dice.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Maybe you're kind of claustrophobic down here or something. It's just not working out for you.
Right? Yes. So unfortunately, Kaida doesn't notice this. You do notice it getting colder.
All right.
Ilana, you realize that you're probably, so Moon's Peak is a town that's kind of like built on a mountainside. And you realize that you're probably like actually going into the mountain itself that Moon's Peak is built on.
Oh, we're probably going into the mountain itself that Moon's Peak is built on.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that would make sense, huh?
I'm a bit apprehensive about continuing, but at the same time, I think we should.
Yeah, if we end up in some kind of cavern system, then maybe like we'll turn around and source some like spelunking gear or something, and then we could come back. But for now, I think we should press on.
Yes, I agree. Let's continue.
All right. So, after about, we'll say 200 feet, which is about the length of 6 school buses, if that helps. I had to look it up myself.
Whoa.
So yeah,
That does help.
It's kind of a longish tunnel, 6 school bus lengths. And again, it is getting colder and colder. Ahead of you, you see what looks like a fog bank, just kind of like enveloping the whole entire tunnel. And it has like a very sudden start to it. It almost looks like a wall.
Can I do an Arcana check on the fog?
Yeah, I love that. Yes, please.
And if this doesn't go well, I'm gonna get a different set of dice. Okay, that's a 13.
Nice.
I will accept that.
You said you had a 13, Kaida? I do have a question for you before I answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
How familiar would you say Kaida is with the story about what happened between like her family members, basically her ancestors, and like the metallic dragons? Like, how much knowledge does she have about about that whole situation?
I think she knows like a little bit more than most people do. Like she's a little more familiar with it, but I think there's still like she doesn't understand like all of it.
Okay.
She hasn't been given the key to the family secrets or anything.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, got it. Okay, so with your 13, you're for a 13, Kaida, you would, maybe it's like something that someone mentioned in passing, or like someone might have said something, but you kind of have this like little memory in the back of your mind that some of the metallic dragons can like shape different parts of nature or like different elements to their advantage. If they like work long enough, they can actually like almost create things out of, for example, fog or water,
right,
or fire, or and so for all intents and purposes, to you, this, by seeing it and the way that it's like shaped so much like a wall, you would maybe have a little inkling that like it is from a dragon.
Alana, I think this is like dragon magic. This fog. Dragon, like metallic dragon magic.
And it is, sorry, I didn't actually get to the Arcana part. It is a magical fog. Okay. Your Arcana check would let you know it is magic based.
Sorry, I'm too excited. I can't think straight.
Right?
I'm scared. Okay. From a metallic dragon.
Yeah.
How could that be possible?
I don't know.
I'm gonna touch it. I want to reach out and just see if my fingers will go through the fog like normal fog with my non-dominant hand.
Good distinction. Good distinction.
Oh my god,
I'm sure it's fine, but just in case.
Oh, that's great. Alana, I'm not going to have you roll for this because it very simply feels as solid as a stone wall. And it has the appearance of fog.
Oh. Okay. And so I guess I reach up with both hands and try and feel around as if I'm feeling for a doorknob or something. I don't know.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. That is a nat 1.
Oh boy. You feel nothing but solid. It feels like stone. Solid stone.
I'm also gonna check. What was that? Investigation?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 4.
End of the line.
Solid wall. It feels it's like just a solid wall of fog, of magical fog.
Magical fog.
Do the pictures and paintings continue all the way up until this point?
Yes. I will tell you that specific investigation check was for the wall itself. If there are other things you'd like to if you'd like to investigate maybe the area, I would not be opposed to another check.
I would like to investigate the area.
Me too.
An 18.
Yay!
Do I? Yeah, just 18.
Nice.
10.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so for your 18 and 10, genuinely the wall of fog actually is just a solid wall of fog.
Right.
When you kind of start looking around the area a little bit more, because I mean, what else are you going to do? There's nowhere else to really look. In kind of a corner where the earthen part of the wall meets the fog part of the wall, there's a painting that it kind of is the frame is a little thicker, and so it just sticks out from the wall a little more, creating a bit of a shadow on the floor in that corner. And that is where you find a couple of painting supplies. You find some paintbrushes and a couple of little jars of paint.
Oh.
Yeah. I would like to do an Arcana check on the paint supplies to see if they're
idea.
magic paint supplies. 'Cause that's my first thought. Man, we're
Yeah,
rolling a lot. This is fun.
Good. I love it. That was one of my goals for this campaign, is for us to roll more.
Right. Okay. And it would be a little more fun if I would roll well, but,
You know, one step at a time.
nat 20!
Did you say nat 20?
I said nat 20!
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, in that case, give me 1 second. I need to give you some details here. Okay, so what I'm gonna give you, nat 20 is amazing.
Yeah.
And so there's the paintbrushes. The paintbrushes are not magical. They're just mundane, everyday, regular paintbrushes. There are 3 little containers of paint on the floor in this little shadow, and they're small. There is a red and a blue and a yellow. The red and the blue are not magical. The yellow paint is magical. You would be able to tell that it has some sort of, I think the school of magic is called, let me double check this. It's some kind of conjuration magic on the yellow paint.
Okay. Alana, the yellow paint, I'm sensing that it's got conjuration magic.
Conjuration?
Yeah, the paintbrushes, not magical. The red and the blue paints, also not magical, but the yellow.
Conjuration magic, and only on the yellow one, you say?
Only on the yellow one.
You know what? Perhaps this painter is still here. Maybe we should, and she starts knocking on the fog wall. Hello, is anyone home?
That's so adorable. I love that. Unfortunately, Alana, you do not get a response.
I knock louder and yell louder. Hello, you left your painting supplies here. Just trying to be a good Samaritan.
On your second harder and louder knock, you hear kind of like a bit of a scrabbling sound, and a regular sized rat comes scurrying out of the fog wall somehow and down the hallway past you.
Ah, I don't think they belong to him.
No. My first thought is, hear me out, maybe we try to paint on the fog wall? Like maybe paint a door and see if we conjure a door?
Oh, that is an excellent idea. So great work, Kaida.
I love this.
Okay.
Would you like to do the honors?
I guess. I'm not super artsy, but I suppose I can try. Guess it doesn't need to be a pretty door, just utilitarian.
That's fair.
Correct, yes. Just make sure it has a doorknob, maybe.
Yeah. Assuming I'm rolling for this?
Yes. Okay. I think I might let you choose between sleight of hand and performance, because I think I can see how either one could apply here.
I'm gonna go performance, because that number is bigger.
Nice.
And I'm gonna move everything out of the way so that I don't accidentally interrupt my roll. Okay. That's another nat 20.
Yes! The best door.
Yes. This is the most.
I just had to shame my dice into working.
You did. You just had to threaten him a little.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This door is like literally, you don't know if it's something in the paint or something in the fog or your talent or a combination, but like as you're painting it on there, it looks real. Like so much so that you almost don't notice when you finish the final touch of the doorknob, when that doorknob circle is created, or whatever shape you have made the doorknob.
Right.
It transforms into a real actual door, and your drawing is so good that you almost miss it because it doesn't change very much.
Oh my gosh. Alana's behind you, like, clapping and excited, like, oh! Excellent work.
Amazing. I love it. And so yes, your door, as you finish the knob specifically, materializes on the fog wall.
Well, I hope it isn't locked, because that would be kind of a disappointment.
You could just draw us a key.
Right.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to open the door.
The door very smoothly comes open. It's an out door.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I try to push it in first. I'm like, door's not opening.
It's a pull, not a
Wait,
push.
let me try it the other way.
You even wrote push on the door. Or pull
Yeah.
on the door.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew.
I'm gonna put the paints back where they were,
Nice.
because somebody's gonna need that at some point, if
That's,
they're
yeah.
trying to get through the magic door.
That's a good idea. Very considerate. I can't I feel like Alana might be like so excited about all this magic that's happening in front of her, and this magic that like Kaida just seemed to pull off seamlessly without, at first she was like, oh, I don't know if I can draw a good door, and then she freaking nails it. Alana is like absolutely just elated. She's so excited about everything that's unfolding. Ashley is scared.
Fair. Totally fair. Yep.
So, let's there's so much magic here. Okay, I don't have time. We can't just stop and I need to ask you about this later. This is so much magic that you're doing. Let's
Okay, so that one wasn't me. That was the paint. Just, I didn't actually do any magic there. That was all the paint. I drew a really good door and I don't know how I did it.
Are we sure? I feel that if I picked up those paints and you have this innate magic in you that I don't know that we have time for this. We should continue on.
Yeah.
We should continue on. And she pulls out her
Yes.
notebook and she makes some notes
I love it.
and puts it away.
Okay, so this door is a coming open and it looks like, so when the door opens, the door itself appears like it's made out of the fog. And so like it's almost as if a square of this fog wall is like opening up in front of you, like a rectangle door shape of it. And so it's inside the tunnel continues, but the fog also continues, but now in a way where you are able to walk through it. It does
Right.
heavily obscure your vision though.
What if you have, say, dark vision?
It still heavily obscures even dark vision.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, so I'm gripping this torch for like dear life because if I lose this, then there's no getting out for me.
I think I'm gonna walk in and like start waving my hands as if I can like clear the fog in front of me. Does that do anything?
Your hands go through the fog as if it's like fog, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
Okay.
It
I
retains
figured,
its,
but-
yeah. Yep.
It's sort of like an instinctual thing to just
Yeah,
try.
Absolutely.
I don't have anything for fog.
Fair.
Okay, I guess I'll just kind of walk blindly into it. I was thinking about like throwing something, but I don't know. Well, at first I was like, well, I'd be afraid of hitting somebody, but I don't know that Alana would be afraid of hitting somebody. Can I just pick up a rock and throw it and see like if I can hear how far it goes?
Yeah. Are you throwing it? You're throwing it just like straight in front of you? Where are
Yeah.
you? Okay. Yes. You roll me. Let's see. What can I have you roll for this? Would this be a sleight of hand? Is there a better check, do you think, than sleight of hand? Says the DM.
Sleight of hand or just, I don't know, investigation or something. I
Oh,
don't.
yeah, that's a good one. Let's do investigation. I kind of like that, actually.
Okay.
Or, you know what? I'll let you pick.
I'm going to pick sleight of hand because I have a bonus. in sleight
Nice.
of
Fair. Totally fair.
But I rolled a 16 plus proficiency.
Dang.
Oh, so 18.
Dang.
I'm rolling in the 18s today.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of toss this rock in front of you down the hallway through the fog, and you can hear it kind of like bouncing across the floor, and it continues for a short way. And then you hear it like, it sounds like it is stopped by something that makes like a metallic kind of like dink sound.
Ooh.
Mm.
All right. I'm just gonna press forward. I'm gonna walk slowly forward with my arms out in front of me into this fog.
Nice. Fair enough. Okay. You walk through the fog for a short bit more of the tunnel, and then as abruptly as the fog wall started, it ends, and once you reach past where the fog is, the tunnel in front of you, you can see now immediately opens up into a giant cavernous ice cave. And you can see glittering pointed stalactites and stalagmites pointing from the ceiling and floor. There's definitely, the air here is very cold. You can see your breath as you're breathing now. There's columns of ice that are like scattered throughout the cave, and it kind of creates really cool looking archways and doorways and windows. And every inch of this place is chock full of historical treasures. You see statues, you see art pieces, clothing, jewelry. You see a row of thrones in a line. Some of them have jeweled crowns resting upon them. And the coins. There are so many coins. There's gold and silver and bronze and every coin you could imagine, and some you've never seen before, from time periods long ago and in languages and from places that you don't even recognize.
Don't touch anything.